literally paying attention right now and being extremely aware right now. I'm saying being so in tune with God that you can sense when something is not right, when you can sense when energy is off. Because energy is everywhere. Energy is up right now. It's up right now. So you have mental health at its all-time high right now. And I'm feeling driven to talk to y'all about understanding what it is to be attached to your circumstances, your situations that you're going through, and understanding what it is to be detached at the same time. Because just as well as we are living in this physical reality, this physical realm, the balance and learning to have balance is truly living and understanding spirituality. Living in it and allowing it to live within you is connecting to divine energy, to God in its most rawest form, because you don't feel compelled to respond with negativity. And so that's where the tests come in. The tests come in when somebody is around you poking and prodding you and edging you on to jump out of your skin or jump out of your character. And you know that being in alignment with God is so much more important than winning an argument, winning a debate, or winning a fight. And it's gonna be times where this feel like it's out of control. Energy gonna be coming at you through people that you love. You might be going through this right now with close family members right now. You don't understand why. Why is this happening? Why is this happening to me right now? Why am I going through all of this stuff right now? The thing is that our life and our experiences are created and were created to be our teacher. It was never meant to make us feel angry. It was never meant to make us feel miserable or sad or lost. That's truly God getting us to understand what it is to raise our perception on experiences that we have. Because if we stay at the lower level vibrational characteristics and frequency, we're going to forever stay in an ever living cycle. And we're going to be experiencing all this stuff over and over and over and over again. But who wants to stay there? Who wants to keep going through things like that and feeling lost and being disconnected? We only feel lost because we are disconnected from higher conscious, from God, from our higher power. And so when you speaking in terms of being disconnected from a higher power, from our God, from our higher power that's literally located within us, the only way to respond is to respond the human form. Because we're not allowing spirituality to shine through, to speak through. Spirit never dies. Energy never dies. So God is constantly with us. And he always showing us ourselves through experiences and through situations. We just have to be wise enough and spiritual enough and connected enough to hear him. Because when we see a physical experience that we have here on this earthly plane, just as well as we are experiencing that, you got God that we can't see, but you're not supposed to be able to see, but you're supposed to be able to have intuition, that connection to God, to understand that you can deal with this situation a lot easier, a lot better, a lot more stressless. But it's really up to us. It's really how much are you willing to listen? How much strong will do you have in truly tuning into higher consciousness, to God? People call him Jesus, people call him Allah, Lord Krishna, and the list goes on. It's just, are you willing to surrender, to get closer to higher consciousness, to connect back to God? And I mean surrender in a way where there is no resistance. If you keep going up against a wave of an ocean and you just going up against it, you're not gonna win against the tide of that. You're not gonna win against the tide of that.
Mom.
You're not gonna win. You're not going to win against that. And so, with that being said, if you're experiencing these situations and you feel yourself going with the going against the resistance, going against the tide instead of going with the flow, that's God. God is literally trying to get you to see the easiness. But if you angry, if you upset, if you frustrated, if your blood pressure is always up and you always at the highest stress level there is, you're risking your hair falling out. You're risking passing out, having an aneurysm, having a heart attack. Like aneurysm, having a heart attack. You are at an all-time high. Anything can happen. Anything can happen to you in that moment because it's the ignorance in between spirituality and being connected to God that's allowing you and making you and forcing you, or it's negativity, or it's the enemy. The list goes on. It's not allowing you to see the correct perception. And I'm saying correct perception for some of us, because some of us may have been created to go through turmoil. We may have been created to come back into this life to experience some things for the growth of our soul, because we were created for our soul's growth. This is why we're here. We're here to live out a specific purpose and a destiny. Every human being was created for something. And we have a conversation with spiritual beings before we even come back into this reality, before we come back into this physical, body. We have a whole list of things that we are supposed to do before we leave this place, and we agree. We agree. And I know some of y'all like, we agree? Girl, if I would have agreed to come back to sign up for this, I wouldn't agree for this. I don't think I would have. No, you really made the agreement to have the parents you have, to come back and experience the cheating experience, the murder experience, the jail time experience, your family members backstabbing you experience, the list goes on. The list goes on. But our experiences are literally created to teach us lessons. And let's not get into relationships and karmic relationships. Karmic relationships is relationships that come from a past life. And you already experienced so many experiences with this person. And if I'm telling you, how you know this is a karmic is if you feel like you have met this person before, or if you feel like you have known this person before. It's this innate feeling that you have, like, oh, I know you from somewhere. But you never met them ever that you can remember. And usually they feel the same way about you. And karmic is when it's always a reflection of you and that person that's teaching you how to become a better human being. That's teaching you how to raise your vibration. That's teaching you some aspect. And it may be something that you don't even want to accept. That's the parts of you that get angry at the parts of them. That's when the teacher is there to teach you something. And it's up to us to grasp that and understand that. And when God say, leave the person you with. Like, what? I've been with this person for this X amount of years. Hair falling out, blood pressure up high. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of stuff is happening to your health. You just declining. You're angry. You cussing them out all the time. You stay frustrated. God said leave. And so you not leaving, that is the reason why you're everywhere right now. You're scattered. Your blood pressure up. You're sickly. A lot of going through things in your health, all because you didn't listen to God when He said leave. And I know we always hear things that we don't want to listen to. And at a time like this, and multiple times right over again before now, listen, I want to be with this person because I love them and I've been with them for a long time, so I want to keep going through the struggle with them. But your soul in your life has a greater purpose. Some relationships are just for temporary purposes. It's not for a lifetime. And so karmic relationships is those that is temporary. It's temporary. It's just a divine timing when it's time to exit. It's a divine timing on that. But I just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all because mental health is something serious. And a lot of times we can't see mental health as a problem when we're not really truly giving ourselves an advantage of looking inward in the situation. Like if you can really self-evaluate and understand who you are, where you are, what you're doing here, and what you're doing here, if you can give yourself that space, self-mastery at its finest. And I mean, this is at its finest. When you can give yourself that space to understand what's going on here and what's going on here, and you give yourself the space to find the ways to break the habits, to break certain patterns that you have, to break certain attitudes, certain perceptions of how you look at certain people playing a role doing this and certain people playing a role doing that. And then you just allow yourself the space to work through it. Literally, even with yourself. Deep, deep, deep down, the dark side of you, the shadow side of you, the side of you that you don't want to talk about to nobody else. That's the part of you that you want to do this to. That you want to say, the little girl inside of you, inside of me, that I could never hug, that I thought I could never talk to. This your time to rub on her, hug on her, because she's still in you. And a lot of us, we don't know that she crying out or he crying out for mercy, for understanding, to be seen and heard. That is a voice. That's a real life human inside of you. And spiritual being, because negative energy is spiritual. But our shadow life, which is our dark side, if we don't allow ourselves to heal, right? Literally, we don't allow ourselves to heal from all the things that we've been through in our past, and we literally lugging this big, huge bag of experiences that we don't know what else to do with. We just lugging it around. And so everything we handling, everything we dealing with, everybody we dealing with, we're dealing with them from the energy in this bag. We are handling children and people and our own selves from the energy in this bag. And that's from all this hurt, all this pain, all this hatred, all this resentment, all this regret. And we just hugging it. I mean, we just lugging it around. And we hugging it. Yeah, we are hugging it. Like it's a baby. Whole time, we don't even have to do that. We just have to allow ourselves the time and the space. Literally. Allow ourselves the time, the space, the honoring, the self-healing. All of that goes along with understanding what it is to get to the point of being in the energy of self-mastery. And self-mastery happens when you literally sit with you and take the time to heal you and take the time to be okay with saying no to this, no to that, no to that, no to that, but yes to that, yes to that. Because that is what's going to get you by. That's what's going to get you through. Literally. And I'm saying that because a lot of times we just don't know. We don't know that dealing with the issues of life, but not dealing with them in healthy manners and healthy ways, and then allowing ourselves to press it down, right? Suppress the energy of what we experience all the way down in us. So we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to think about it. People say something to us and trigger us, and it's back up. We back on 100 because we're not allowing ourselves to process wisely, process spiritually. Well, we are spiritual beings. And so when you take energy, or let me use this analogy. If you take this little tiny glass, right? And you press all this stuff down in this glass. You just keep pressing it, keep pressing it. Matter of fact, the top on there, and you got some stuff just pouring into the glass. Can't nothing come out. You just got it pouring in there, pouring in there, pouring in there. And this just make it a plastic glass, a plastic jar. And so this stuff just pouring in there, pouring in, pouring in. What do you think gonna happen if you don't stop? It's gonna bust. Literally. So if you take and you take all of the emotions and all of that sadness and all of that hurt, all of that pain, all of that anger, and you just keep on pushing everything that happened to you down, pushing it down, push it. You're telling God, I don't need you. Number one. And you're allowing, and that's not consciously. Some of it's not conscious. I mean, you could be aware that you need to be closer to God, but you just blocking them out every chance you get, however angle you got to block them out from. You could be doing that consciously. That's even worse. You know, that's worse. It causes us to go through way more turmoil because we know better. We're not doing better. We're ignoring it instead of embracing it. But when you are doing it and you just don't know better, you don't know any better, stuff just still keep happening until you wake up. You know, and you realize that I'm stuffing all of this stuff down inside of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm stuffing the fact that I was abused, I was raped, my ex-husband beat me, and just all of this other abusive stuff or narcissistic stuff that you got from other people, and now you're just suppressing everything. And so this is going to cause you to explode if we don't, find a healthy way of dealing with it. And that's just truly getting closer to higher consciousness, getting closer to God. And I'm saying higher consciousness because the way I dealt with things is not the same, but I call it higher consciousness. And if you call it get closer to Jesus, get closer to God, get closer to Allah, get closer to Krishna, get closer to all the deities, whatever deity you choose, that you serve, that you have build a relationship with, whatever works for you. We all different cultures, different creeds, different races. So this is for everybody. So but me specifically individually, when I'm going through my issues of life and understanding what it is that I need to do to detach myself from the experiences, because when you are attached to the experience, do you know that the experience keep reliving itself over and over and over and over and over again? You're never allowing your life or you an opportunity of detaching yourself. You don't even know what that is. What is detaching myself? Girl, I've been through this. This is what I've been through. But the whole time is when you detach yourself from the situation, it's like, oh, I've been through this. But I don't have to identify myself with my negative circumstances, my negative experiences. It is what it is. I've learned this. I've gained this. And now I'm in a better place. Now I can literally rise. Because it causes a rise in vibration, a rise in frequency. When you really can get your hooks in it good enough to understand exactly what it is you were supposed to learn from that one specific experience or that multiple experiences that you have to keep going through until you get it. And a lot of times it's like, dang, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So this is when you wake up and you shook and awoke from the turmoil and the turbulence of life. You're like, oh, I was supposed to learn A, B, C, D from that and A, B, C, D, E, F, G from that. So now I don't even have to let that sit on my shoulders. Because now I'm in a better place. I don't have to let that sit on my shoulders. I can live my life without the need of being attached to my circumstances and my situations. Because if you allow it to control you, that's what it will do. If you allow it to control your mind and control your emotions, you allow yourself to keep giving your power away to these external forces and these external experiences, every goal you want to hit, you will probably never be able to make it there. When you are in the process of manifesting your best life, your greatest version, no matter what's going on the outside of you, you literally are in the process of understanding self-mastery. And I'm saying self-mastery because nobody is perfect. Well, we can master any aspect of ourselves. Perfection is an illusion. And I'm a trip, I'm a fall, and I'm going to get back up and I'm going to do it again. I'm a trip, I'm a fall, I'm going to get back up and I'm going to do it again. As many times as I need to get to that level of self-mastery in whatever aspect of life that this apply. Whatever aspect of life, because I'm telling you this, how you do one thing is how you do all things. So if you are stagnated in this area, another area could be stagnated because you're stagnated in this area, and then it's a domino effect. But this is why I say, when you heal this, and you know what's going on in here, and you know what's going on in here, and you can control that, literally, the road of clarity opens up for you. That is like beginning stages of understanding self. When you understand yourself, you don't allow things outside of you to pull your energy and pull on your attention to the point to where it increases the explosion that you can literally get up to. Boom! Before you know it, somebody dead, somebody hurt, somebody in the hospital, and all you know is well, they did this to me. And the whole time it's like, well, you gotta say, well, I could have did this better. Or I could have did that better. And then this circumstance situation probably wouldn't have occurred if I could have just did that better. You know what I'm saying? Like, we be trying to hold on to situations and hold on to people and hold on to experiences of life when it's not really benefiting our greater experience in life. It's not really benefiting it. And so we're allowing this experience to hold us down, hold us back from doing the things we truly want to do to make us happy. When really, ultimately, we came to this place to love out loud, to live out loud, to understand ourselves to a deeper dimension and a higher perspective. And as we do that with ourselves, it's natural for it to flow on outside of us. And then there you are a greater being living in your true essence, being lovable and being kind first with yourself, right? Because we got to understand, when I say be kind, be lovable, that means that's AKA self-love journey all the way. And when you heal, you still ain't done. That kindness and that joy, that gratitude, that patience, that going with the flow, that energy stay with you. That essence stays with you. Because now you're dealing with people the same way that you're dealing with yourself. And when I say self-love, I don't mean going to get your nails done. No, I don't mean going to get your hair done. Although those are physical ways to show yourself love and care. I'm not going to discredit those, because those are important, especially getting our feet done when you work a 9 to 5 and you on your feet all the time. That's a physical self-love. But true self-love, the highest form of self-love, is when you are willing to deal with what's going on in here and what's going on in here. And it's constant. You're constantly dealing with you. You're dealing with you to the point that where now I know how to serve people from my energetic frequency in a positive way. So, ma'am, you the nurse, you the head nurse. I'm not going to disrespect you, but this is what it is. And you understand what to say, how to say it, because you're giving yourself a timeout. And in that timeout, you are literally so connected to God. You know how to say it, how to break it down, and how to walk away. Nobody bruised, nobody hurt. Or sometimes you got to learn how to work with that energy too, where you got to cut them down a couple sizes and still love on them in the process. But you got to know what to say and speak with love and speak with intent and speak with power at the same time. And that's what comes along with understanding who you are, understanding who you really are. So we don't allow experience on the outside of us to control us, because it's easy to get to that place. It's so easy to get to that place, even with your loved ones. Like I'm gonna hold the space for myself right now, because I never talked to y'all about my emotional experiences, but I feel comfortable in this space because I know that there's a lot of people on my YouTube channel that support me, that have been supporting me since day one. And let me say this while I'm talking about that. I love y'all for supporting me on my YouTube channel, and I'm so grateful for y'all, like literally. And I don't get a chance to say it enough because I'm never really on here, but I need to be on here more often and have these conversations, because this channel is really about to be open for the peace, for the love, for the joy, for the gratitude, for the affirmations, for the vision boards, all the things, because I want to raise y'all up a couple notches. Because working with y'all and doing hair and showing y'all how I transform beauty on the outside, I be talking to y'all, you know, like a little transforming beauty on the inside, you know. So if you not with this part of me, this version of me, I'm okay with if you just, you know, be like, yeah, I don't like this version of her. Let me just unsubscribe, and I'm fine, you know, I'm fine with that. You know, I still love you. I still love you, just making room for the people who's supposed to be on my channel, and I'm okay with that too. You know, but I'm still gonna love you even if you know, you can't mess with this version of me. But as I was getting ready to say, you know, when I start going on and on and on, I lose track of what I was getting ready to say. So let me bring it back to myself again. I was about to say, when you start, no, I was about to say, talking about my own individual experience. Thank you, God, because I know you right here with me. Talking about my own individual experience, I wanted to say this to y'all. Like not too long ago, I was with my mom. You know, me and my mom, like, and I'm always with her, up under her, like with her. And so she's getting older, and so, you know, staying with her and being around her 24/7, only me, her only child. Well, not, I mean, it was three of us, but I'm saying her child that's always up under her. I guess, you know, sometimes you get tired. People get tired of you being around them, or I don't know, but my mother don't accept this version of me. You know, she don't accept this version of me. And so, as I learned that being okay with her not accepting this version of me is fine, you know. And now it's fine, but at the time, I'm just like, why you don't understand me? I came out of you. I'm your child. Like, you know, boo hoo hoo. Like, and I was like crying and like, Mom, like, why you not trying to like talk? I'm talking to her, you guys. And she like looking off away from me, you know, watching TV. She's not really giving me that one-on-one attention, you know, and I'm understanding like God started talking to me and working with me in that experience. Like, this is not a spiritual match. Your souls is not, it's just not what it is. And I had to find a space to work with this that was going on up here and in this, and still love her. And at the same time understand why we wasn't on the same accord. You know, why me being inspirational and helping people through life, why did it offend her so bad? And I understood that this is not her journey. And how you are, who you are, as you are, probably offends the person in her because it's things that she want to do that she probably never did. And I understood that after God worked with me for a minute. And I understood that, but that's okay. I'm still going to love my mom. You only get one. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, me staying with her, it was a lot of her calling me names and it was like a negative energy rising up in her. You know, it was like a narcissist at its finest. And bipolar. One minute she loved me, the next minute she like, to be honest with y'all, the last day I was there with my mom, it was I asked her it was Thanksgiving. I asked her for a plate of food because I was leaving the following morning. She told me something, and she starts, you know, talking nasty and talking negative about me having a plate of food. And I just was like, I don't even want it, because if you feel like that and that energy, you're cooking that in that energy. I deny her food a million times because of that. Like, why are you preparing something so good with this negative energy? I don't want that on me. So I didn't eat it. And I was on my way out the door at 6 o'clock in the morning that next day, on Thanksgiving Day. On Thanksgiving Day. She was like, and called me after I, you know, landed. I thought you was going to eat some food. I didn't say this to her, but I in my head, I said, you just cursed me out. Why would I want to eat that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I want to eat that? And you just chewed my head off and asked for a plate before I left. I'm just saying. And so God was with me a lot. And I know a lot of times where she said something to me and I reacted back and I was screaming and hollering like she was my equal when she wasn't my equal. And so I had to ask God to forgive me. Like, forgive me for that. Like, you know, because I don't want to put myself in a position of be having resentment and anger and all these other things built up inside of me, all because of the fact that I allowed her. And I allowed myself to not see myself at a higher perspective, but I allowed something, in a second, baby. I allowed something outside of me to control me instead of me controlling me. And this has not happened, this happened multiple times, not just once. This has not happened just one time. This happened multiple times. So she was my teacher when I was living with her. She was my teacher. She was helping me, literally. And listen, I know that me doing hair is something that this channel is made out of, and I know that this is the thing on my channel, but I changed the name to Nicole Crouch World, because this is not going to just be about hair. Beauty is on the outside, but the inside is something that we need to connect with, because this is a lot of the time the reason why we are losing our hair. And it's hard to even fathom and see, but if you sit on the floor and rub your feet on the floor or walk across the floor, your hair strands, if you have long hair or you just got to relax or something, your hair stands up. And I know a lot of y'all experienced this or seen it. Our hair literally stands up. So if that's not telling you that our energetic frequency is controlled. Our hair is controlled by our energetic frequency and our energetic state of consciousness. It may experience a huge falling away. You know what I'm saying? And then we try to go cure it with doctors on the outside of us, and whole time, you know, which is what we're supposed to do sometimes when you just don't know what to do. But do all that you can do before even resulting to that, you know, because we gotta learn our bodies and understand our bodies to a science. You know, it's important. I think I said this in another video too, because we are vibrations, we are energy, we are energetic frequency all day long. Energy never dies. So a lot of times when I'm going through a lot and I know I need the energy clearing, I literally light some sage or some Palo Santo. Literally, look, I got my sage thing right here too. I literally light sage. I light sage, open the windows, and just let that negative energy go out the door. It's important. And I know y'all be like, nah, that ain't bad. That ain't good. Look it up. Do your research and do your studying. I'm telling you right now, because a lot of us are losing in life and not winning because we literally carrying belief systems from back there that our ancestors, that our moms and our dads and our aunts and our uncles taught us, and we still literally letting it roll over into our future every single day we keep living it. And so when you break the belief systems that you used to have, especially when we think that money is evil, money was never evil. It's what you do with it is evil. I'm just saying. It's important to know that. And so when you change your affirmations on life, I am amazing. I am wealthy. I am healthy. It literally begins to roll over because now you're speaking life into your life, to your existence, to your physical body. Your hair strands start growing. Talk to some of my clients too about that. They say, I speak to my hair when I'm rubbing in your oil. Oh yeah, I'm going to do a video on that too. I got oil. I don't have none near me right now, but I have oil for sale, you guys. I'm going to start selling it. Hard body, okay? So be expecting me to come back on here in another video, talk to you guys about that, and show a couple videos and pictures of my customers. Well, I just wanted to hold the space for y'all and talk to y'all about something that's been on my mind. I don't even know what I'm going to name this video, but I know that a lot of people that may not want to hear end up listening to it may get something out of it, you know? So in the coming days, lead your own mind, lead your own energy and your own emotions. And a lot of times what I used to do is write stuff down. Like right now, I journal every day. I write down 3 affirmations in the morning, 6 affirmations in the midday, and 9 affirmations in the evening and at night. And then before I go to bed, I read the affirmations to myself. And in the coming days, I'm going to start journaling every single day. And that's just to keep check with myself, to understand that, I've been writing too in my other journal. Like 2 weeks ago, I was writing there every day for like 10 days straight. And you gave myself a break. So you got to give yourself a break. This is not a rush process. This is a lifelong journey, okay? Lifelong self-love journey. This is not something that happened overnight. So be patient with yourself and be kind to yourself. And I'm learning that too, because my eating journey been like so good. And maybe I might do a video on that. When you're building your self-will and you getting stronger in the area, you want to keep it to yourself. So that's what I'm doing, is to get y'all a little bit. But I love y'all. I do. I really, 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 really do. And if you're going through something emotionally and mentally and physically, I'm going to say, don't pray to God begging him. Pray to him as if it already happened and watch what happens. Watch what happens. So when I pray, right, I'm going to do a video on that too, how I pray. I got to. So people understand what it is when you really, truly conversating with God, when you conversate with a higher power. You know, you hold the space to conversate. And so while you're conversating, your prayer is intentional. But we're going to save the rest of this video for later, because now it's been a little bit over half an hour. And I said I was going to come over here for 20 minutes. Well, I love you guys. And I don't know. I might be on here tomorrow night with you. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna make it my business to come on here tomorrow night too. Well, I love you guys. You guys smile often, right? Right? No. Mirror to smile often. Don't take nothing personal at all, by any means. Somebody come try to poke you. Experiences that you're going through right now that's heavy on you. Create a detachment. Create a detachment. It's something that really truly works. In your mind, ask God, or out loud ask God, how do I create a detachment? Write it down and wait for the answer. And I'm telling you, the answer is going to come. The answer is going to come. Okay? Until next time. I'll talk to you guys later, okay?